there's still a lot of major news that's coming out of training camps right now, and it's still a lot of fun stuff. So the Carolina Panthers, they did have a really rough day yesterday. Their edge rusher, second-year guy, he tore his ACL. He's done for the year. They've got a couple other injuries on the defensive side of the ball. But the thing about them is Jonathon Brooks apparently is starting to make some real waves, man. Jonathon Brooks is back in the news cycle for the most positive reason he's been in the news cycle for basically the last 2 years. Apparently, they're saying that he looks like the Jonathon Brooks we remembered when we drafted this guy. So that is definitely a good sign for Jonathon Brooks and his fantasy outlook in the future, because I will say this, he does have a lot of upside if he is to take over the backfield. I don't know if I'm ready to say he's taking over the backfield just yet, but I do think it is very much worth noting. And at this point, we are kind of just in that news cycle with fantasy football, so it's going to continue to get interesting. Patrick Mahomes also is in good position. They said he's healthy. He's basically ready to go. He's got no limitations. He's basically been cleared for everything at this point, which is great because he basically tore his ACL and that was it. It was a pretty clean tear as far as I understand. So that's good for his outlook as well, for him to be ready to go in week 1. But nevertheless, we are going to hop right into a sleeper mock draft right now. And don't worry, we're going to readjust the order of the draft before we start anything up. But the link to join the mock draft on Sleeper is in the chat. So if you do want in, all I ask that you do is just go down there, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then click to join. And those are your only 2 requirements. And no auto drafting. That's the other requirement. If you're going to join this draft, no auto drafting. We've got it set up as a 12-person league right now. We may adjust that. We may leave that. We'll see how fast we can fill this up, though. So, Jamie Parag, it's good to see you in here, man. Happy Friday. And happy Friday to everybody else in here as well. Appreciate you guys joining me today. The Mikado, always good to have you, man. What's going on? Early Bird Special. It is definitely the Early Bird Special. GoldenEye, good to see you as well. Work status in a meeting. You got to ditch that meeting. Who does a Friday afternoon meeting, right? That's not right. You should be letting people get home by this time. No, I'm just messing with you, man. It's good to have you in the chat, though, man. But yeah, guys, Sleeper Mock Draft, the link is in it's in the chat. Just please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. That's your requirement to enter into the Sleeper Mock Draft. Tim Johnson, always good to see you in here, man. Hopefully you're doing good for yourself today. And thank you, as always, for being a loyal member of the Roundup family. Happy Friday, brother. Right back at you, man. Happy Friday. It's good that it's Friday, man. Striker, always good to see you in here, man, as well. Happy Friday, right back at you. Let's do some drafts. Puppy is not making it past today. I did see the puppy is almost full, so you can guarantee that we will be going back to Underdog after this draft, and we will definitely be hopping into some puppies today. So we got to get that like number up if we're going to do several drafts. So good to see you in here, man. Jamie Parag, I'm at the Fantasy Football Expo. I wonder how that is going. You got to let me know how that seems to be working out for you. We need 3 more spots. And don't worry, Team 4, Team 8, Team 12, that's not going to determine your draft order. As soon as the lobby is full, we're going to randomize the order. So don't worry. But yeah, just like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then hop on in here. We need 3 more spots full, and then we'll randomize the order and get after it right now. 3S Garage, man, good to see you in here. Hopefully you're doing well. Made it again? I'm glad you did make it, man, and it's great to have you. Capo Crunch, great to have you in here as well. First mock of the season? Well, let's get after it, man. That's what I have to say about that. Jamie Parag, I'm at the 2 spot, Big Game James 777. Let's go, man. Yeah, don't worry. We're like I said, we're gonna randomize the draft order before we get going here, but you know, we'll see how things go. But yeah, we need 3 more spots full, so we're not gonna wait forever. If we can't fill it, we'll just go down to a 10-man league, and we'll just draft with 1 auto drafter. But we will see. We will see how fast this thing gets filled up here. We're not going to wait all day. Striker, don't you worry. We'll get 12. I will get this draft filled for us if I need to. Well, let's see. We need 3 more people still, so we will see how fast, because I'm not going to wait here forever on 12. So we do need, okay, 2 more to go to fill up a 12-man league. So again, just like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's the only requirements to get in this draft right here. And the link is in the pinned comment on the chat. Braden, what's going on, man? WSG at 10 right now. Let's go, man. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see you in here. GoldenEye, it's National Tequila Day. Wife wanted Grand Marnier, so we having fancy margs tonight. That sounds good. I was planning on making myself a chispa after this draft anyways, and I had no idea it was National Tequila Day. So it's great to hear that, man. All right, we're just going to go ahead and cut this down to a 10-man draft right here, and we're going to randomize the order so we can just get this one going. Let's just get this one going in a 10-man league here. Randomize the order, and let's get this party started, man. What do you say? Let's get this party started. I am in for a good time, baby. I am in for a good time. So I'm at the 10. I am at the 10 spot. So let's do this, man. Kawasu, good to see you in here. You're a Jonathon Brooks believer now, so Jalen Naylor is next? No. Do not be fooled by the title. That does not mean I am a Jonathon Brooks believer now. That means nothing. The title simply means, by the Panthers account, it sure looks like they have a lot of interest in making him the guy. Apparently, he looks really good, so that does say quite a bit. So, yeah, I mean, I just... it's one of those situations where you got to take it seriously, right? Like, if the guy is going to come back and healthy, I imagine that they're going to do everything they can to make sure that he is, at the very least, getting opportunities to be the guy. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. It's very early, but we're finally starting to get some news back in the timeline. So you got to take things seriously to a point. You got to know how to filter out, but you know, it's important to kind of hear what their thoughts are. It is important to hear that. Kawasu, it is good to see you in here, though. I don't like CMC at all. So you can guarantee I will not take him. I'll take CD, and I will take Amarian Hampton at the 110. Coffeeholic, good to see you in here as well, man. How are you doing today? Drafts come first. EF, work. Dude, you got to make time, right? You got to make time. It's good to see you in here, man. Striker, can you not randomize the order? I picked 3 in my main home league, which is on Sleeper, so I'd like that spot if possible. Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry. I just kind of like to randomize the order because the whole point in the beginning is just getting people in. Like, we just got to make sure we get everyone in. But, I mean, maybe next time we can not randomize the order if people don't want to, but... Capo Crunch, some of these ADPs are wild. Yes, they are. Yeah, redraft ADPs, depending on the platform, you can get some crazy good values, and there's also going to be guys that are way too high. Going way too high. So, yeah. I don't know. Joel, what's going on? I want to join but can't right now. Hands are full. Well, that's all right, man. Maybe you can hop on over to Underdog with us after this, and maybe you won't be hands full at that time. So it's good to have you in here, man. Stick around. Tiki, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here. Happy Friday at you right now. Jamie Parag, kicker and defense. What year is it? 2005 fantasy. I am what you would call an OG. Well, really, I'm not even an OG. I haven't been playing since the 90s or 80s, but I love kickers and defense. That is a huge staple on my channel, and it is a huge staple in the way I play fantasy football. It is translated over into sleeper as well for me personally. Like, you have the option, obviously, but I personally really like playing with defensive kickers. So if it's on my channel, we can do that. 3S Garage, bummer got booted. Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't even know. I thought when I put it down to 10, we only had 10 people in. Well, sorry about that, dude. I didn't mean to boot you. If I would have seen that you got in, I would have just kept it at 12. But, yeah, sorry about that. Ayo Jetta, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Why are we sending Brooks to the moon? I'm not. The Panthers are. Apparently, the Panthers really like what they see. They said really they said it earlier this week that he's showing signs of the guy that they once drafted. So you have to take it seriously. And I posed it as a question in the title, but yeah, I'm certainly not sending him to the moon. I'm not a Jonathon Brooks guy, but you got to take it seriously when the Panthers, are talking like that. So for that reason, you gotta factor it in. For sure. It's good to see you, though, man. 3S Garage, that's okay. Wife just got home. Time to get some food, run in the store. Yeah, man, like I said, sorry about that. I thought it was only 10 people when I switched it down to 10, so we'll try to get you in the on the Underdog draft after this. GoldenEye, the 49ers have a lot of interest in handing or passing CMC the ball every single play. Got to get on the CMC train. Sarcasm. It's never been about volume. You know that better than anybody, man. Never been about volume. We know the guy is going to handle the volume. The question is, can he handle it this year? Oh, my gosh. I am just now clocking that. Trey McBride and Brock Bowers, 305 and 308. Oh, my gosh. That is crazy good value right there. I was going to pick Pickens if he was there. Bummer, but it's okay. We will adjust. We'll go with ETN, and then we will also go with why is he giving me the pinwheel? It's giving me the pinwheel on ETN. Is it showing up on y'all's end? That's weird. Okay, well, registered, so that's good. We'll go ahead and take Igbuka as well. So that's okay. I'm okay with that through the first 4 rounds right there. CD Hampton, ETN, Igbuka start. I'm all right with that. Coffeeholic, are we doing the fast puppy next? You better believe we are, man. You better believe we are. So you better be ready. You better be ready to go. Chuck Nasty, good to see you in here, man. How's it going today? Drake May in the 6th on ESPN is crazy good. Yeah, that is really good. He's in the 6th on Underdog, too. So if you want to take him in a high upside capacity, Underdog is a good place to take him in the 6th round. And he goes 7th sometimes on Underdog, so talk about value. Good to see you in here, man. Coffeeholic, Brock Bowers' pick is wild. Same for my GP, though. Yeah, GP in the back of the 3rd is excellent, too. Yeah, Love went in the 306. I like that, too. Neighbors went at the 304. AJ at the 301. Yeah, there's been some good values. Josh Allen at the 403 is solid. Even though it is a 2-flex league, I still do like that. HE5HYY, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here. Happy Friday. Yo, just finished a round. 79 today. Dude, that's a pretty good score, man. Good day for you. How we feeling about the Jags' #1 receiver? Cohen just called Washington Amon-Ra. I'm glad you're asking this question because I talked about this last night, actually. So, Liam Cohen, if you've been watching what he's been saying about literally everybody in Jacksonville, he's not been down on any player. And I'm talking from Bachel Tootin to Chris Rodriguez to Brenton Strange to all the Jags receivers. he is so big on all of them that I said last night, you need to start taking what he says with a grain of salt. You need to start taking it with a grain of salt. Because the thing with him is he's starting to look like a politician. And when you have coaches that are like that, Sean McVay's, Kevin O'Connell's, I'm not saying I don't like them. What I'm saying, though, is you need to start taking what they say with a grain of salt, because they're going to talk up their players in the media. That's just because that's what they do. Not every coach is like that, but Liam Cohen is starting to look like that. So as far as I'm concerned, just look at the actions and the history more than you look at the words. Now, if you want to look at Parker Washington in a positive light, you can, because the history of slot receivers with Liam Cohen, very strong. So I don't have a problem with looking at him in a positive light. What I'm trying to convey is that when it comes to evaluating their options, and I'm talking about all of them at this point, because it's like a big pool of upside that we don't really know really how it shakes out. And so everyone's kind of viewing them all evenly. Look at the actions and don't worry about his words at this point, because he's full of it a lot of times. But good to see you in here, though, man. Very good to see you. Right. I'm going to go ahead and pick Rome and Swift. 2 flexes, both in Chicago. I'm okay with that. I like that a pretty good amount. Coffeeholic, my screen lagged. It wasn't giving me my slot for some reason, but I got Olave, so I guess that's good. Yeah, Olave's not a bad consolation prize right there, right? Could be much worse. GoldenEye, do you prefer going 3 running back, 3 receiver, or taking May in that 6th round for redraft, but getting Dak later than that? Well, I definitely prefer to do a late round quarterback. Like in redraft, I've been pretty transparent about this one. I've made videos on it. At this point, like I'm not debating that there is some decent quarterback and tight end values in the early rounds, but I think it gets even better later on for both positions. So for me personally, if I'm going to take something early, it's probably going to be a tight end. So, yeah, I'd rather just wait. I like Drake May just as much as the next guy, but I'm going to personally wait. Tim Johnson, appreciate the super chat, man. Let's have some fun and do a BBM. I'm up for it, and you super chatted it, so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing for sure. Appreciate you, my man. We will definitely hop into Best Ball Mania after this. And anyone who wants to come on over from Sleeper, I will put the link in the chat as well here in a little bit. Coffeeholic, damn, Bowers and Allen. I know, dude. That's Moose is putting together a little bit of a powerhouse here with his tight end quarterback early. He's trying to bully some teams. But it's a 2-flex league, though. Keep it in mind. Clip that? What did I say? What did I say? I don't know what I said, but apparently something. Striker said, I feel like most people watching don't want to invest $25 and would rather spend the $5 on the puppy. But yeah, I mean, it probably would, but Best Ball Mania gives you a shot at $2 million, so I don't feel too bad going over to Best Ball Mania for a super chat. So it's all good. We can get in the puppy afterwards. If we get it, if we get to 30 likes today, we can do a puppy after the after Best Ball Mania. So we'll have to get those like numbers up. Chuck Nasty, Kraft is by far my favorite late tight end to draft. Yeah, Kraft is on every platform, basically. I've really appreciated his price as well. I think his price is very solid everywhere, and just the upside the guy can give you. Green Bay's receiver room just very, very much still up in the air as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I think Kraft everywhere you go is going to be a great value. I love Fannin on Underdog, but really outside of that, I'm not in love with his cost. So speaking of Tucker Kraft here, I'm going to go ahead and take him over Fannin just because I think his upside is a little bit higher. And I will say Hurts in the 8th is a good pick. Like, I don't mind Hurts in the 8th round, but I do have the Bears, so I'm going to go ahead and take Caleb here as my QB1. So my entire starting lineup is full through 8 rounds, which feels great. Feels great, if you want to know the truth. Okay, let's go ahead and put the Underdog link in the chat really quick. So after this draft, we are going to hop on over into some Underdog drafts. We're going to get into Best Ball Mania first, and then depending on if we hit our like quota, we can also hop into a Fast Puppy after the Best Ball Mania as well. So if you're on Sleeper and you want to hop on over to Underdog with us, I am going to post the link for you to join Underdog in the chat right now. And all you need to do is just use code FFR at sign up. And Underdog give you $50 back when you play just 5. And additionally, when you use my code, I'll give you a free copy of my Best Ball Draft Guide. So pretty much a really solid deal all the way around. Pretty solid all the way around. All right, let's get back to business here. 3S Garage, hitting up the Frenchie 9. Nah, I'm not really feeling the Frenchie 9. $80 entry, not really feeling it. We're doing Best Ball Mania after this one, though, man. You should hop in with us. Jamie Parag, I like Judkins at his RB25 value. No, I do too. Yeah, Judkins, there's been good news on him this week, too. Apparently, he's not getting any limitations in training camp, so he pretty much looks like he's ready to go at this point. And really, the only concern that people would have is, how does he look after the injury? Well, take it from every account in Cleveland, the guy looks really good. So I'm not particularly worried about him. I think he's going to be in really good shape. The really big downfall is obviously, I think he'll be on one of the worst offenses in the league. So even though they've got a really good schedule, it just still doesn't sit right with me because of the fact that they just have such a weak offense. And their personnel, I just think, is weak. But overall, I do think Judkins is a very good value in that range, too. The Cohen take, agree fully. Just trying to figure out this room. Yeah, the Cohen take is really, I mean, at this point, I mean, he is a politician. He's just, like, going around kissing babies and just like, oh, yeah, this guy's great, this guy's great, this guy is tremendous. It's like, you know, everything he says, it's like you got to just take it with a grain of salt at this point. Just watch what he does, right? Like, watch what he's historically done. He does historically use slot receivers very well. So, you know, it's not a crazy thing to think about. And historically, a back like Bashal Tutin, I will say, a guy I don't really like, would be used very well in his offense. I will say that. We're going to go ahead and take Pittman here. And then we've got 3 running backs. Why does it keep doing that to me? Every time I just try to scroll, it wants to bump me out of the freaking draft. The Manon guy went, didn't he? Yeah, he went right a pick before me. Coffeeholic knows what I like. He knows the flavor I'm into. Oh, man. Mick Nix. Always great to see you in here, man. Hopefully you're doing well today. What's up, my man? Hope you're doing well. You as well, man. Happy Friday right back at you. You may be doing a mock draft right now, but every draft I do is a mockery. God. You're always coming in with a zinger, dude. It catches me. I don't know why it catches me off guard at this point. I just know that's who you are. But it still does. It's a good one. Good to see you as always. Brightens my day. GoldenEye, I'd trade 25 for $2 million. So would I. So would I. which is exactly why people should hop over to Underdog after this. We're going to do that. We're going to do exactly that on Underdog after this. Jamie Parag, if you stack and redraft and Caleb gets hurt, you basically lose the wide receiver value too. In most cases, I would say yes. I will say, I do remember last year liking Tyson Bagent because Ben Johnson really likes Tyson Bagent. And to kind of go with the what I was saying about Liam Cohen earlier, not every coach is like that. I talked about Ben Johnson last night too. He's not Belichick, but he's not also going to just speak highly of anybody willy-nilly. Just like out of nowhere, just like, oh, this guy's great. Oh, everyone's great. Not everyone's great in Ben Johnson's world. So when he talks of a player, I take it seriously. At this point, with Liam Cohen, I don't. So yeah, with Tyson Bagent, like if Caleb were to go down, I think there could be some upside still because Tyson Bagent seems to have the qualities that Ben Johnson likes at quarterback. And that really does bode well because if he does have those qualities truly, then he would fit in the system still and not really get disrupted by it too much when it comes to Rome Odunze. John Termini, good to see you in here, man. Happy Friday to you. What's going on, Ryan? Dude, just hanging out, enjoying life, and drafting with you guys. How are you doing today is the real question. It's always good to see you. Striker says, like the video. I second that. We're going to try to hop into the puppy after the Best Ball Mania, but we need 30 likes, man. So we got 36 people in here right now. It shouldn't be a problem. Not doing quarterback or tight end again. So I'm not even worried about that. I'll tell you what I am worried about. I'll take Josh Downs in this range. I do think it's a good range to get Josh Downs at. I also think it's a really good range to take Matthew Golden at. And I would rather take the shot on him than take the shot on Jaden Reed. So I will do that. That's okay with me. I'm okay with that. M. Stockton, always good to see you in here as well. Give me Kyle Pitts as the later tight end of the choice. Stefanski is going to pepper that fella. It depends on where you're getting him. Again, like in this one, yeah, Pitts in the 9th, very good value. That's a good value to take a shot on. ESPN, that cost is not the same. Yahoo, that cost is not the same. So I can't endorse it across the board. But yeah, in certain places, then Pitts is a good value. It's good to see you, man. Braden, I loved my first 4, but I'm kind of iffy on my last 4, honestly. That's what mock drafting's all about, right? We learn by, what do they say? Trial by fire? Is that what they say? I don't know. I'm probably just making something up. Owen, what's going on? Good to have you in here today. In my keeper league, I need to decide who to keep between Bijan and Chase and CMC. Who are you thinking? Yeah, Stryker said, did you have the greatest team of all time last year? Yeah, it's like crazy, man. I mean, all those guys hit. I don't know how you got those guys. Yeah, I mean, pick your poison. I mean, I would not keep CMC. He's the guy I would rule out. I would let someone else take that opportunity this year. But Bijan and Jamar, I don't think either one goes wrong unless there's injury. I would say just because of risk of injury, I'd probably rather keep Jamar Chase. But, I mean, I'm not going to ridicule you and slap your wrist if you want to keep Bijan. Like, that's not going to happen. So, they're both great. I'd probably take Jamar just because if we're splitting hairs, I'm less fearful of an injury with him. So, yeah, hopefully you win, though. I mean, you said you should have won, but I lost in the championship. I don't know how that's possible. All those guys were crazy good, man. I don't know what their week 17 was, though. Stryker said Bijan dropped $1 million in week 17. That's very unlucky. Yeah, that is very unlucky for sure. Owen said, problem was I barely had anyone besides those 3. Well, that's a strong 3, though. That's a strong 3 last year. Chuck Nasty, thoughts on Neighbors' good injury news? Think in the 4th he's a steal. Would be going round 1 to 2 if no ACL. I agree with you, but the problem is there still is the ACL. And so I've been consistent on this. If we're talking about best ball, which we're going to hop into next, and by the way, if you do want to hop over to Underdog with us after this mock draft, it's actually a good time to get signed up and just get ready to hop in the same draft as me beforehand, because sometimes it takes a couple minutes to sign up. So it's a good time to do that. But if we're talking best ball, then I'm all in on Neighbors in the fourth. That's where he's been going. Now, is he going to continue to go in that range? Probably not. I would think it's unlikely that he continues to go in that range. I'm going to go with KC, and then I'm going to get... Is Keaton Mitchell available? Yes, he is. So I'm going to get Keaton Mitchell as well to go with Amari and Hampton. Yeah, I don't think he's going to continue to go in that range. So if you do want him at best ball, that's the place to take him. But in redraft, I am still of the same opinion, which is I don't think it's a good idea. I think that just because what happened, like the news that we got yesterday, that doesn't mean that he's even close to ready to go, let alone being ready to go right now. Like, him not landing on the pup doesn't mean he can't land on the pup before this, like when the season starts, and it doesn't mean that he's going to be ready to go in week one. So I'm not overreacting on this news yet. I'm going to continue to let the community get really big on him. And the way I've handled it, again, in best ball is that I drafted a ton of him. In redraft leagues, I think it could be really detrimental to your team if he doesn't play for a while, or if he does play and he just isn't the same, to draft him in the fourth round and higher. So, me personally, I'm going to continue to stay away in redraft. It's a good question. Mick I just try to keep the zingers hot and fresh for you, my dude. I know you do, man. I know you do. Coffeeholic, big fan of Manon guy myself. I feel like he will be like 2022 Jamal Williams, always sniping the touchdowns on the 2-yard line. Yeah, man, I think a lot of that has to do with just Ben Johnson's system, which is he loves to utilize two backs, and that's why I've been big on Manon guy all offseason. So it's good to see them rubbing off on people. HTX Tony, good to see you in here, man. How's it going? Happy Friday. I love your videos. You came in clutch with those kicker defense rankings last year. I appreciate that, man. And you can always count on me ranking kickers and defense. I'll put out probably the beginning of August kicker and defense updated rankings for 2026. And then, of course, it's always been a thing on the channel, so it'll continue to be a thing. I always do weekly kicker and defense rankings. You can continue to expect those. So just so you know. Had a video idea, but would you be able to create a video of the worst/best draft pick for each round? Yeah, I've gotten a couple video requests. I'll say the same thing I said last time. I won't rule it out. I do like getting video requests from you guys. And I do like to do what the audience likes a lot. I won't promise it because my schedule of videos gets a little specific and I know exactly what I'm trying to go for these days. So it wasn't part of the plan, but I won't rule it out. I definitely won't rule it out. But I appreciate that, man, and it's great to see you in here. We'll go Travis Hunter as Mr. Irrelevant in this draft. And that'll do it. That'll do it for this sleeper draft right here. Let's hop on over to Underdog. And again, if you want to hop into this Best Ball Mania draft with us, there's a link in the chat for you to join Underdog. When you use my code FFR, you'll not only get $50 back when you play just $5, but you'll also get a free copy of the Best Ball Draft Guide. And this is very valuable information, not free to me, but I'll make it free to you if you use the code. And we're going to hop into Best Ball Mania. $25 entry, but you can turn that into $2 million, baby. So that's what we're going to do today. And we will start the countdown at 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you say, guys? I say it is time. That's what I have to say about this. Best Ball Mania, we need 6 more people to fill this one up here. So let's get this one full here. GoldenEye, I had Swift and Monangai last year. Was a pain trying to start one. I'm leaning more towards picking one or the other rather than both. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think that in redraft, like, the idea, obviously, of having a handcuff back is always a really good idea to people. That's not really a handcuff situation, right? Like, Brian Robinson in in Atlanta this year, that's a handcuff. Or Isaiah Pacheco in Detroit, that's most likely a handcuff. Jordan James in San Francisco, that's a handcuff. That's not a handcuff situation in Chicago because Monangai is going to have his role. So it's better for you to take Swift and then like a dart throw at receiver rather than going Monangai a couple rounds later. So I don't think that's a crazy idea. Waiting on 2 people to fill up this Best Ball Mania tournament right here, man. And we need to get it full. So let's do this. Again, there's a link in the chat in the pinned comment for you to join Underdog. And you'll get a free copy of the Best Ball Draft Guide when you do it. So pretty sweet deal. Mikado said, my team is different at the number 2. Yikes. Hey, man, different's good. Nothing wrong with different. All right, let's see what we got in here. Warren Buffett himself in at the 103. Things are getting crazy here. I'm at the 107. Cheesy Beefy. How about that? Digger at the 111. TBJ at the 112. Let's go, man. I'm ready for this. I am ready for this. Jamie Prague. Okay, so you add a kicker and defense to the mock, but don't draft a kicker or defense. It's honestly just to prove a point that you don't have to on Sleeper. And Yahoo's the same way. You don't have to do that. And if you don't have to, then I wouldn't. But on ESPN, it's obviously different. Sometimes on Sleeper mocks I do, sometimes I don't. So, just kind of depends what I'm feeling. Jeremy Torres, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here. Round up to La Luna, my guy. How are you doing? Round up to La Luna indeed. I'm doing great, man. How are you doing today? Fantasy right around the corner. Can't freaking wait. Neither can I, man. I can't wait. I'm excited to get back into it, and we're getting the news feed going, man. We're getting a lot of news these days, so it's good to be back. And really, I never left. I never left, so it's just good to have everyone else back with me, honestly. Good to see you, man. Tim Johnson got the number 12 spot. Oh, I know, man. I know that name when I see it. GoldenEye, Warren Buffett is from my hometown, Omaha, Nebraska. He owns a really nice steakhouse there. Can't go wrong with steak in Nebraska. You certainly cannot go wrong with steak in Nebraska. And Warren Buffett knew that. Right. What are we thinking here at the 107? If Amon-Ra is there and he's not, I'm going to take JT. We will take Jonathan Taylor. Chuck Nasty, thanks a ton for the defense videos last year. Grab the Seahawks week 2. Pretty sure they dropped 15 plus every week. Oh, man, I mean, they were awesome last year for a lot of the season. And on the defense videos, as I said earlier, you can continue to expect those every single week. Like, those don't leave the channel. I've been doing defense and kicker rankings for years, and they will continue to be a staple on the channel every single week. So you can continue to expect them. And I'm glad you guys get value out of them because I love defense, man. And I love kickers, too. I love every aspect of the game of football, so appreciate that comment. Pretty standard start to this one so far. Nothing out of the ordinary. And it was asked if we could do a fast puppy after this. I am totally for that. We just need to get 30 likes, and we only have 17 likes. There's 37 of you in here right now. We need that number up to 30 likes if we're going to do another draft after this one. So, Got to get that like number up, man. Hampton Genty for Tim at the 112. A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb for Digger. We will see what I'm thinking of doing. I am pretty open still to this point. Tim Johnson was hoping for Cook, but I don't have much Genty. Up for a fast puppy after this for sure. Got to get that like number up first. We got to get it up. The Mikado I liked on 2 accounts. That's the way to do it, man. Like on that burner account too. You got to get that burner account liked up. That's what I have to say about that. I mean, HN is definitely, I'm very much okay with that here, so we will go 2 RB start. 2 RB start. Nobody ever had a problem with that, right? GoldenEye, I tried to get fancy with the playoff defenses by trying to play playoff schedule, but Seahawks did better regardless of that. Not every week, though. The Seahawks defense did have a very rough week. I think it was in week 15 or 16. They had a really rough week. So they're, I actually was, you guys will like this. I actually was working on what I am calling the art of the defense. The art of the defense is just a simple Word document. Maybe I'll put some graphics on it, spice it up. I'm going to just offer it for free to anyone who likes the videos and subscribes to the channel in future weeks. So on Sunday's video, I'm going to put that in the comments for anyone who likes the video and subscribes. And I kind of go through some of that stuff in the art of the defense, which is even the number one defenses, not every single week there's no such thing as a defense you want to play every week. There just isn't. Now, some are better than others, but it's going to be all covered in the art of the defense. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to be free to you guys, so. Chuck Nasty, LOL, just looked at schedules. Lions have a joke. Cardinals is absolutely brutal. Yeah, Lions have, I think it was ranked the 5th easiest strength of schedule. And the Cardinals have the hardest strength of schedule. So that's another reason I'm not big on Love in the second round. I like Love better in the third. So, yeah. Speaking of Love in the third, Love at the 302 is not bad at all. Jacobs at the 303, he's coming back up to life, man. Talk about someone who's rising up drafts as we speak. Neighbors still here at the 37 ADP, so not too much different on that front. I mean, Trey McBride, I just do have trouble passing up on him if he's available in the mid-third, so we're going Trey McBride here. Running back, tight end start is what we did. And I want to say I do have a strategy that's better than this one because this one sucks. This one is terrible. Running back, tight end start. There's got to be something better on here. And if not, we'll just make our own path and fill out the numbers later when we get to it. But we're not utilizing what we saw earlier, so I can tell you that. Can definitely tell you that. Running back, tight end start. Well, we're going to have to fill out a new one, and we're not going to go wide receiver then running back again, so running back 1, running back 2, tight end 1. And we are going to make our own path here on this one. We're going to make our own path. The Mikado, my first year doing fantasy, I drafted Marshall Faulk. Does that age me? I plead the fifth, man. I'm not going to age you. I'm not going to out you on that one. No way, man. Marshall Faulk was a different era. That I will say. It was a different era. No question. Chuck Nasty says, I'm targeting any defense who plays Miami or Cleveland. Probably a good strategy, I would say, at least for the first couple weeks there until we figure out who else sucks. ETN here feels like a steal, and that is good because we're already doing a different strategy. So here we go. We're going to have to fill out these numbers later. And again, anybody who has access to it, you have access to it for life, which is the great part about using my code to sign up for Underdog. You get access to it for life. So, M. Stockton, Itchy Butt Smelly Fingers is a wild name for the fifth hole. I did not even notice that. There are always some wild names, man. I feel like there are wild names. Where did Neighbors win at the 401? Okay. Yeah, I've been refraining from taking him because I want to see how the community is reacting right now. It's not much different so far. Tim Johnson, don't have a ton of Neighbors, but there's some good reports out there, and even if he starts on the pup, it'll be nice for the playoffs. That's been my thought the whole time on Neighbors from a best ball perspective. I talked about it probably 20 minutes ago. Someone asked me, I think it was Chuck actually, asked me what I think about the Neighbors news. I feel fine about it. I mean, I'm not going to overreact to it. I'm taking it in, but I'm not going to change my rankings right now because I want to see what happens. Either way, I still don't love him for redraft, but in best ball, yeah, I can get on board with that for sure. No question about it. And if Swift is there, I will say it'll be tough to pass that up too. Mid-fifth for Swift. Swift is gone, so we'll just go ahead and take a receiver here. We'll go with Rome. And yeah, we're going to have to fill out this one. So we basically inverse flip these round 4 and 5 picks from this garbage strategy right here. And we will fill out those numbers in the ideal build on that later. So you guys will get an update on this one later. Whoever has access to it. All right, here we go. Free balling the build here on this one. We're currently at 22 likes. And we need to get to 30 if we're doing another draft after this. So, got to get that like number up. GoldenEye, what is a good draft position to get scat without reaching? Really, anywhere in like the middle rounds. Like anywhere from like the 104 to like the 108, 109. You're not really reaching when it comes to getting him. Either end of the draft, you're going to have to reach. So anywhere from the 104 to the 109, you'll be in good position to take scat without reaching. Liam Schlutter, what's going on? Good to see you. Can you do a 10-team sleeper? We just did that actually today. We did that earlier, so you can rewind it and watch that one if you want to. But we'll do probably another sleeper tomorrow too. So DJ Moore, man, in the mid-6th round, I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day, man. Liam, good to see you. Striker, we just did a 10-team mock on Sleeper. Yep, we did. Yes, we did. Jordan Addison at the 607. Wow, that feels pretty early. Liam said, okay, I'll join tomorrow. Sweet, man. Looking forward to having you. Looking forward to having you, man. Striker said, even I would take DJ Moore in the middle of the 6th. And I know you don't like DJ Moore. It's funny, Striker, you and I agree on a lot of things, but there's also some things we staunchly disagree on, which I love personally. I love the banter, man. It's healthy for people in the space, man. It's not good to be in an echo chamber. So, I mean, there's values that fall, right? I mean, DJ Moore, I think for me, like, the reason I love DJ at cost, regardless of if he would have fell to me here, is because there's already risk baked into his cost. There's even more at the 606. So count me in. Tony Pollard goes, which is not someone I probably would have thought of, considering I have 3 backs already. Chuba actively falling. I kind of figured that was bound to happen. So that's not exactly surprising. I'm going to go receiver here. I'll go DK just to get my share of him up. And to take someone with some spike week potential, but I was hoping Pierce would be there. Itchy butt. He took Alec Pierce 2 picks before me. Damn you, itchy butt. Striker said, if Jonathon Brooks manages to flip Chuba in ADP, I guess I'll be drafting a lot of Chuba later in the summer. What's funny is I drafted a ton of Chuba early in the summer, and I'll be in the same position again. If that happens, I will be drafting a bunch of Chuba all over again. So, your move, fantasy community. What are we going to do? Because Jonathon Brooks already got to an uncomfortable place for me, and if it gets even more uncomfortable, then we'll see what happens. Ramondre made it to the 801. That feels kind of late for Ramondre, actually. Is Ramondre falling? Is he starting to fall? Because I feel like yesterday I got him at a good value, too. Is Ramondre starting to fall? Manun guy? Feels like he's starting to go up, actually. Jaden Reed. Yeah. I don't know. Not really that worried about quarterback yet, to be honest with you. I knew I was going to kind of regret taking DK because I love Pittman so much more around later or so. For me, Michael Wilson makes the most sense. So I'm going to go with Michael Wilson. Even though I have McBride, I think Michael Wilson is being left for freaking dead. And I love that. Tim Johnson, love that swing for me. Have Hampton and Ladd and needed a running back. Yeah, dude, Ramondre. That's a good value. Like I said, I don't know if it's just Ramondre is actually falling or if it just is a coincidence. But Ramondre does seem to be falling a little bit. I swear I remember yesterday getting him at a good cost too. So, I don't know. He might be falling. And if he is, he'll be another guy that I'll take more of throughout the offseason. 3S Garage should have taken Josh Downs. This year's JSN. I'll believe that when I see it. I will believe that when I see it. Dude just had so many opportunities. He can't even get on the field in 2 wide receiver sets. This year, maybe it changes, but I'll believe it when I see it. GoldenEye, what do you do if a value falls to the spot where you also got one of your favorite guys? Can't take both. It really just depends, right? Like, let's say that Parker Washington, who got taken at the 6'11 here, let's say he fell to the 7'10, and I really wanted Sutton. Or that's kind of a bad example because you went to pick earlier. Let's say I really wanted Manungai at that 7'10 spot. It just comes down to how willing are you to take that on. Because for me, personally, Manungai is a my guy. For me, I guess you could classify him as. I mean, Pittman falling in this range, kind of hard to say no. And I think I'm going to take a gamble on quarterback. Take 2 Steelers receivers. That could go wrong. What could go wrong there? But, yeah, I think really what it comes down to with that one is how much do you believe in your guy? Because there is a certain point, obviously, where you do have to think to yourself, on average, what is the output that the guy who's falling would do versus my guy? Because the reason someone might be a my guy is because you just think he's a value in drafts. Well, then the guy who's falling becomes equally a value. So it's a case-by-case situation. It really is. Like, I can't say it any other way besides that. It truly is a case-by-case situation. Stryker said Nyson Blunt was talking about how he's taking less downs because of the fear of Keenan Allen signing with the Colts. Hadn't considered that possibility, but that would certainly nuke Downs' upside. That would absolutely nuke his upside. I haven't even heard about that being a possibility, so I don't think I would factor that into my own decision-making, but, I mean, he is a Chargers fan, and obviously he's a big Keenan guy, so he probably is a little bit more plugged into the deeper Keenan news than I am. So I would, take his word seriously, but I don't know if I would take his word for it as far as like how I would handle it personally. The real stack upside I have here is with Shuck. I'm going to go ahead and take Shuck in the 10th. What else is going on today, guys? I hope everyone's having a good Friday. And I hope everyone's off work by now. Because it is after 5 o'clock, and we're coming up on the hour mark. And if we do want to do another draft after this, we got to get that like number up to 30. So like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see another draft. Run on quarterbacks began with Baker. I took Shuck, Goff went, then Bo. Bo at that value is, man, I was kind of thinking Bo was going to start going up by now. Bo has not gone back up. Kind of interesting, actually. Bo's cost has been consistently hanging around here. Just really hanging around. So, very fascinating. Yeah, Bo's cost kind of surprising to me right now. I wonder if we start getting like in-your-face positive news about Bo, if he starts to go back up. Because I do find this cost very interesting. This guy's been the quarterback 7 2 years straight to start his career. The Mikado said, I live in Pittsburgh, so I'm naturally a Steelers fan. My dad's from Beaver Falls, to be exact. You probably have to know where Beaver Falls is. But that's why I'm a Steelers fan. Are you a Howard guy or Aller? I'd trade the house to get Jeremiah Smith and have the storyline of him and Howard. Obviously, I'm a Howard guy. I would say I'm probably more of an Aller guy. I think Aller has a lot of raw tools that Howard. I'm not saying Howard doesn't have good raw tools, but I'm probably more of an Aller guy. Ultimately, it really doesn't matter what I think, though. We'll take Jaden Higgins here. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what I think at the end of the day, though, because truly what it comes down to is Mike McCarthy drafting Aller signifies the end of Howard. At least the end of Howard in a QB2 capacity. Because Aller is definitely, like, that's McCarthy's project. So, for me personally, I would rather just take Aller. I'm looking at it more objectively from that angle. So, yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm, like, gung-ho about either guy. But I like the young upside at quarterback. That was not a thing with Tomlin teams, that's for sure. Chuck Nasty, my guy Bo. People just hate him because they were wrong about him coming out. Love Bo. I've always liked Bo too. I liked him at Auburn, actually. I always thought he had a lot of talent, but then watching him at Oregon was just kind of, served as like confirmation bias for me. But yeah, Bo, I've had him in dynasty leagues. I think Bo. QB7 2 straight years. That's why I'm shocked by how late he's going in drafts, to be honest with you. It's been interesting. Well, I don't think I'm going to end up getting Trey Tucker here because I'm going to have to go with Cam Ward if he's available. I guess I could go with CJ as well, but I want Cam Ward more, so I'm going Cam Ward. Tim Johnson said, I'm from Pittsburgh as well, down by Bell Vernon. Oh, down Bell Vernon. That's cool, man. Yeah, I got, a lot of family still up in the Berg area. A lot of family still there. A lot of family over in Ohio, like Cincinnati area, too. Cincinnati-Dayton area. Not that they're the same, but both areas I've got a lot of family in. Coffeeholic, love Aller. It's kind of a dilemma. Aller has the tools, but isn't very clutch. And Howard is the opposite. Much more clutch, but nowhere near the same tools. It wouldn't even say it's like Howard does have some tools. Like he does have a decent arm. But I think Aller has more raw tools. And I just am more of a tools guy at quarterback. Like obviously having Ben makes you think about tools, especially in cold weather environments, which is what they have to play in. So I would love to see Aller do well, but Aller, he's got a lot to clean up, dude. Aller was not only not clutch. Oftentimes I find myself wondering, like, does he even see the field very well? Like, he's huge, so he should see the field, but, like, there's a difference between seeing the field and seeing the field, if you know what I'm saying. I'm assuming he's gone. I'll go ahead and take Charbonnet here. Yeah, Trey Tucker went to Warren Buffett. Of course Warren Buffett wants Trey Tucker, because why would he not? Aller has a cannon, though. I would say Howard is a bit more of a natural runner than Aller. Yeah, no, it's he's got the physical tools on his side, for sure. The Mikado, since we got all the Pittsburgh heads in here, can we all agree the Pittsburgher isn't the best sandwich at Permani's? Permani Brothers. Permani Brothers, I think overall is overrated. Don't shoot me. I like the Roethlisberger a lot. It was down at a shop. close to the bridge, like before you crossed over the bridge to get to the stadium at Heinz Field. Oh, what the hell is that shop called? Just a small shop. Had the foot-long Roethlisberger sandwich. I loved that. There's a lot of good pizza places over there. One of my favorites was D&G Pizza. Yeah. There's a lot of. I don't think Permane. I don't live in Pittsburgh, but I think Permane Brothers a little overrated. GoldenEye. I took Stroud in best ball, but I don't know about redraft. A lot of news talking about he should be a game manager most games and let the defense win. Yeah, Stroud. I agree with Stryker. There's no reason he should be drafted in one quarterback league. That makes, like, we kind of had this conversation yesterday with someone was saying that they liked Aaron Rodgers as a one quarterback late round target, and it's like there's just so many other guys that come to mind, and CJ Stroud is also in that same category as Rodgers, where it's like if you want a late round quarterback value, fine, but there's better guys to take in that range. Jonah Coleman, I'll take it. Actually, I'm going to take Tyjae Spears, get my share of him up a little bit. And I'm going to stick with 5 running backs. I do want another quarterback, and I probably will target Rodgers here if he makes it in the 15th. So we'll see. Coffeeholic said, I was born and raised in Cincinnati, but the Bengals have been a joke in most of my 22 years of life. So I became a Steelers fan back in 2nd grade when they played Green Bay and Rodgers diced them. Rodgers has diced the Steelers on numerous occasions. One of my favorite games, it was in 2009. Rodgers and the Packers came to Pittsburgh. It was a regular season game. I mean, that showdown between Rodgers and Ben was an all freaking timer. Ben threw for 500 yards. And threw a walk-off touchdown, probably 30 yards to Mike Wallace in the corner of the end zone. Walk-off touchdown to win the game. Love that game. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. That game is great. Tim Johnson said, I think the Permane Brothers sandwiches are overrated, but they have underrated pizza. Good drink specials and a fun vibe. Yeah, Permane, I haven't eaten their pizza at Permane Brothers, but I've had their sandwiches, and I think they're okay. They're mid. They're not bad, but they're not great. So, yeah, I like the pizza in the Berg area. Oh, yeah, it's awesome. So much better than here in Texas, I can tell you that. Texas, we don't do pizza. We don't do pizza, man. We do barbecue and some other stuff. We got good Mexican down here, but we definitely are not pizza people. Doesn't mean we don't like it. Just means we don't have enough Italians. Aaron Rodgers coming to town. And at some point, I'll take another tight end too. But I feel pretty cozy with Trey McBride. Stryker said, I loved Hines Ward. One of my all-time favorite receivers. 15-year-old me had to have him every year. Yeah, I mean, tell me about it, dude. Coming from a Steelers fan, Hines is one of my favorite Steelers of all time. Tried to model my game after him when I played receiver when I was young. I mean, I used to love the crackback block, I can tell you that. Like, I was salivating over any chance to crackback block anybody. That's what I always wanted to do on the football field. Chuck Nasty, as a Broncos fan, that Tebow walk-off wild card, don't bring that here. No, it's fair. That was a Tomlin defense through and through. My God. That game gives Steelers fans nightmares to this day. I hate that game. I hate that game with all my heart. Oh, God. That game. Just thinking about it right now, it's not fun. Not fun. Okay, let's figure this one out. Tight end. I mean, why not? Just continue to go with Steelers here. We'll go with the Muth. And we'll stick with 2 tight ends. Yeah, we're sticking with 2 tight ends here, just for the heck of it. McNix, speaking of Mexican food down in Texas, I know a fantasy football guy whose grandma makes a slamming enchilada. I wonder who that guy is. Oh, man, she does make some killer enchiladas, dude. They're good. And I'm usually not like a stacked enchilada guy. She makes some really good stacked. Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. We're at 28 likes right now, so we need to get, 30 likes is such a minuscule number. But if we're doing another draft after this one, we need to get that number up to 30. So we'll see how the next couple minutes what transpires. But this could be our last draft of the day if we don't get to 30. We're taking receivers from here on out. I'm going to go Malachi Fields. I like what I've been hearing about him as well. I mean, that one was weird. That I will say Malachi Fields been making the rounds of news in New York. Someone had the nerve, I might add, as a Steelers fan, to compare him to Plexico Burress. So that's an out there take right there, man. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. But I do like the sentiment of it. GoldenEye, Houston Restaurant Week in August. Gonna get some nice deals on good food. Their proceeds go to charity. Nice, man. Yeah, Houston, I will be honest, down in Houston, my sister lives down in the Houston area. And I have yet to find a good Mexican place over there. I'll tell you what I do like down there. Their Cajun food. Oh, baby. I love Cajun food in Houston. Coffeeholic. Prime Rogers was unbelievable. He's a great quarterback to watch. Ben just looked like he was playing with his kids out there. Dude, Prime Rogers and Prime Ben, those two guys, man. I mean, they both played really good in the Super Bowl together, too. But the Steelers just got in such a bad hole that, it was like almost impossible for him to come back and win the way Rogers was playing. But that 2009 game when they came to the Berg, that game was awesome. Chuck Nasty. Sorry to bring it up. Oh, dude, you're good. I'm just giving you shit. I'm just giving you a hard time. You're allowed to reminisce on your team's success. You're allowed to reminisce. I know that one sticks out for you. It's okay. You know what I'm going to do? Dante Thornton. Been hearing some stuff about him, too. We'll go Dante Thornton at the end of this one. How about that? What do you think about that? So that's it for this one. Let's see what the like count is at. We are at 33 likes. Okay, we will do another draft then. We are going to do another draft. So let's go ahead and prepare to hop into the Fast Puppy because this thing is about to close, man. So if you do want to get in on Underdog now, I would recommend to do it today, like right now. And there's a link in the chat to join Underdog, and you use code FFR. Underdog will give you $50 back when you play just $5. And additionally, I'll give you a free copy of the Best Ball Draft Guide that we were using just now, and we'll use it again here in this draft. But, yeah, $5 entry, $200K to first, $100K to second. And we'll start the countdown at 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you say, guys? I say absolutely excelente. We're hopping in, waiting on 3 people in this Fast Puppy, man. It fills up fast, and it's done already. Let's see what we get here. I'm at the 103. How about that? TBJ at the 105. Mick Nix at the 106. P Punch at the 108. Digger at the 110. Hot Rod and Cats at the 111 and 112. It's a roundup draft, man. That's what I like to see. Chuck Nasty says, I don't know how the hell we were there versus you guys. Because the Tomlin defense, you can do a lot of things against. Tomlin is the most overrated defensive coach I've ever seen in my life. That's how. But I don't think Ben was great that day either. I don't think he was. GoldenEye says, crawfish season is so busy, but I always got to get mine when it's around. Oh, dude. Yeah, the crawfish. Oh, I love crawfish season, man. I am not a stranger to crawfish, man. Cajun food in Houston. It's good. The only place that does it better is Louisiana. They do it better, no question. Striker, let's talk about more positive things like Antoine Randall hitting Hines Ward in the Super Bowl. Yes, that's what I would like to go to. That was a great moment in Pittsburgh history. Antoine Randall, he used to have a lot of that type of stuff. He could throw and return. We'll go Jamar here. Easy peasy. Jamar start in the Fast Puppy. Never going to complain about that. Rob Mahoney, good to see you in here, man. How's it going? Malachi hasn't even shot himself yet. People going overboard with the comparisons to Plexico. That's right. He's got to shoot himself in the leg at a nightclub for him to get that real comparison. Oh my gosh, that is too good. That much I did actually, for some reason, forget about. Plexico Burress, legend for that reason. Such an idiot. Good to see you, Rob Mahoney. First Down Fantasy, good to see you, man. Thank you, as always, for being a loyal member of the Roundup family. Hell yeah, man, I'm in here. Finally, you've been streaming late at night, so I haven't been able to tune in. Yeah, it's getting to that time of the year where we're putting out more content, so usually I like to stream it later in the evenings whenever we put out videos, just to not mess with the algorithm too much, but didn't put out anything today, so we're here early today. We will be tomorrow as well, so it's good to have you in here. Coffeeholic, how do you think the next generation of Roonies will do? I pray he's smarter than his dad. I seen he was a quality control coach before. I mean, I hope he's smarter than him too. Here's the thing, though, that I didn't even realize until recently. My dad was telling me this. He was looking into it. Apparently, since Art Rooney has been in charge of the Steelers, he has sold a lot of the Steelers stock to like a bunch of different people. So he's liquidated his asset, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, to the point where he's now actually a minority owner. Like, he himself, compared to any other particular owner, may still be the majority shareholder, but I think he only has like 30% of the team because he's liquidated it out to a bunch of different owners. So it's gotten weird. It's gotten really weird, and it makes me worry about like the future of the Steelers, because it's like no other Rooney before that was doing that, and I hate him. I think he's a terrible owner, and it's not discussed enough how terrible he is. But hopefully, I don't know, man. I hope good things. I'm gonna take London here. I hope good things, but do I see good things? Not necessarily. Rashee Rice was hoping he was there. That's all right. We've taken a lot of Jamar Rashee Rice teams. I don't have many Jamar in London teams. Devonta Smith, 212. To Candyman. If Pickens is there, that's the ideal. Yep, Pickens is there, so I'm going to take Pickens at the 303. Feel great about that 3 wide receiver start right there, and let's start looking for a strategy. Either one of these are good. No question about it. Is there another one that we could possibly use? Those are our 2 best. So we'll probably utilize one of these 2. We will see how it goes. Ekbuka starting to definitely rise up in the drafts. No question about it. Ekbuka at one time was like a mid-4th round pick. He's gone up like quite a bit. So that is interesting. Con man, good to see you in here. Insane start. Yeah, I like the start, man. I do like this one. Jamar, London, and Pickens, I feel pretty good about it. It's good to see you in here, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Tim Johnson got sniped on Ekbuka. It happens, man. It happens, especially when it's a roundup draft. I don't know Skelly. I don't know that name, but you never know who's lurking, right? You never know who's lurking in the roundup drafts. And there's a lot of roundup in here. There's a lot of roundup in this draft, I can tell you that much. Josh Allen went at the 309. Terry and Waddle, that feels sort of early for both those guys. Maybe I've been missing it, but that does feel pretty early for both of those guys. I don't know. Maybe someone has more information on that. Neighbors did make it to the 403 again, so not much has really changed with Neighbors. Not much is changing. Jacobs went to the 404 in this one. The last one, he was at the beginning of the 3rd, so. ETN 406. That's ETN. Is he dropping a little bit? That's the second time in a row we've seen ETN go in the 4th round. Feels a little late for old Travis Etienne. We're going running back here regardless, so we're either going Swift or Travion. We'll go Swift here, and we might do Travion. I don't know. We'll see. I've gotten quite a bit of Judkins, so I'm not really like gung ho about it. We'll see what's what here in a couple picks. GoldenEye said CMC always goes lower in the roundup drafts. That's a fact. That is a fact. Striker said Etienne has been falling since Camaro was extended. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'll buy the dip. Like that even matters. Did anyone watch Alvin Kamara play last year? Yeah, I'll buy the dip. Gladly will buy that dip. A lot of receivers, so I'm probably going to go running back here, actually. We'll either go Travion or Judkins. We'll go Travion here. I like that start. That's a good 5 that I like a lot, actually. I like this 5. Jamar, London, Pickens, Swift, and Hendo. I'm pretty happy with that. So we're using this strategy, which is good. The advancement rates are very strong. 3 quarterbacks, 7 running backs, 3 tight ends, 5 receivers is what we're looking to get. So hopefully Burrow makes it back. I'm not counting on it, though. Hard to count on it in the 6th round. McNick said, is there a worse feeling than putting 4 guys in your queue and watching all 4 of them go in consecutive picks? I want to know who you're talking about now. That's too good, man. It's too good. Especially when one of them's me. Coffeeholic, it's no wonder why he seems to not give a shit about the team. But honestly, in a way, I kind of glad, because like you, I can't stand the guy. I feel like we have more ball knowledge and we are just fans. Oh, you're talking about Rooney? Yeah, man, I hate Rooney a lot. I don't hate many people, but I do genuinely have like a hatred for him. Burrow's gone. Digger picked him at the 5'10". It is what it is. It is what it is. He set up the Chase, Brown, and T stack. I wasn't counting on it, so. All good. All good. Balajire, good to see you, man. How's it going? The Waddle hype is crazy. Is he a true alpha wide receiver 1? If he is, will Peyton use him as in that way? Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize he was getting hype until recently. He had been pretty consistently back in the 4th, early 5th round pick for the majority of the offseason. This is relatively recent, and it is weird to me too. Like, we haven't seen Waddle finish as a top 10 receiver in a long time. And now he's in Denver where things get messy with Peyton. So, yeah, not convinced that that's worth that cost. But Katz is doing his thing, man. Balajire, it's good to see you, man. Con Man, I've been seeing ETN in the 40s a lot now. Think it's an overreaction. Sure seems like it to me. I'll take that cost. I'll take that cost for sure. Sure seems like an overreaction. All right. We're almost on the clock. Parker Washington right there. I don't really want him. We'll take Tony Pollard here. Waddle is also banged up always. Yeah, that is another thing with him is he is often banged up. So, yeah, I don't get it. It's a little weird, but some people are big on the Waddle stuff for sure. I'd be curious to get Chuck's take. Chuck, the Broncos fan, who is maybe still in here. Chuck Nasty. Chuck Nasty, if you're here, let's hear what you think about your boy Waddle. Oh, man. Coffeeholic said, sell the Steelers to Jeff Bezos. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, honestly, anybody's probably better than Rooney at this point. I hate Rooney. We'll go Dak to stack him with Pickens here. I'm joking. They are so rich, NFL teams aren't even worth their time. They'll just buy the whole league instead. Yeah. Well, probably Elon can afford to buy the whole league. The NFL probably like in the 100 billion range. Elon can buy it for sure. I'm not sure if Bezos is that rich. He might be. I don't know what his net worth is, but it's definitely in the billions. Tens of billions for sure. But yeah, Elon might be the only guy who can afford to buy the actual NFL. GoldenEye, we just got to win enough on Underdog, then buy Steelers stock, and eventually own the team. Bucket list goals. Yes. Yes. If I win Best Ball Mania, I'm going to buy the Steelers from that piece of garbage, Art Rooney. That's what I will do with the money. Pierce, QJ, Metcalf. Herbert goes the 7-Eleven. Goes to the Hot Rod with Ladd. I should take more Ladd, but I've been consistent on Ladd. I just don't like the receivers that are going in his range better than him. I just do. Like, I'd rather have Neighbors. I'd rather have Tet. I'd rather have Luther Burden. And Luther Burden's starting to come back down to earth a little bit too lately, so that's been nice to see. 4th round is still crazy, though. It should have never gone this way. But it's been like this for so long, you can't even remember a time almost where it was like, when was he not a 4th round pick? Coffeeholic, please do. It will make you way more than just $2 million and make the Steeler faithful proud. Yes, it'll definitely make me more than $2 million. No question about that. And there's nothing more I would love than to make Steelers Nation proud along the way. GoldenEye, here's the catch. I don't think you can play fantasy anymore if you own the Steelers. That is true. Yeah, I might have to bow out of consideration if that's going to be the case. I might have to. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Why am I yawning? I'm not even tired. Chuba in the 8th, mid-8th round. That might be a new low for Chuba, actually. Chuba starts dropping, I'm going to start picking him up more, for sure. We'll go ahead and take Pittman here. Actually, no. I'm going to take Monungai. And whoever between Pittman, Wilson, maybe Fannin, and Golden are available, that's what I'll do. Because I only need 5 receivers for this. So this will be my 4th. And I need 7 running backs, 3 quarterbacks, and 3 tight ends. So I might get started on tight ends with Fannin. We'll see. Pittman's gone. McNick said, Chuba wasn't in my queue. All good that time. Well, that's good. I'm glad you weren't sniped on Chuba. Coffeeholic, how much would I have to super chat to do another fast pup since I missed this current one? Well, was planning to go have dinner, so it's probably going to be, we went fan in there. Left Michael Wilson on the board for Skelly. I don't know. Probably like, $5-7, something like that. I could do another one, but yeah. I'm willing to do it if you super chat, obviously I'm going to do another one. $5 super chat, $7 super chat. Yeah. GoldenEye, I got to go. See you later. Hopped in tequila little time and get the fantasy scoop. Hey man, have a good day with the tequila, man. Have a good day. Appreciate you joining. Brandon Lillard, what's going on? Good to see you. I would want to own the Cowboys just to sell them to someone that is not Jerry Jones. See, the funny thing is, as a Steelers fan, I would much rather have Jerry Jones. Oh my God, yeah. So much would rather have Jerry Jones. It's not even funny. Jerry Jones is someone I would much rather have. But I'm not saying he's good. Like, he would drive me crazy if I was a Cowboys fan. Always talking to the media after every game. Yeah, he's not doing good for the team. So I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, there's less owners that are actually good than you think. And then you start thinking about it and you're like, yeah, wow. There's not that many good ones. Brandon, it's good to see you. Balajar, I'm the reason Burden is a 4th-round pick. He profiles like a Mon-Ra of this offense. His advanced metrics are insane. Odunze feels more like the J-Mo boom-bust play. Yeah, I mean, I still think Luther Burden is just way too early. I mean, so much of it's based on projection. I get what you're saying. I'm not debating. The advanced metrics are awesome on him. But so much of it's projection. So, I've never liked the cost. I've gotten acquainted with it in the late 4th, but like early 4th, I just have struggled with that cost. Coffeeholic, I'll become a member. You know, better yet, honestly, Coffeeholic, just go buy yourself the Best Ball Draft Guide, and we'll cause it even. We'll cause it even. Either that or Super Chat. Or you could become a member. One of those ways we can figure something out. Let's go ahead and take KC. See if Aaron Jones or Bill can make it back to me. Wanted to get some high upside play, couple boom weeks out of KC Conception. I don't have much of him either, so I can justify that. See if one of these backs can fall to me. Jordan Mason's starting to definitely pass up Aaron Jones and Capital. So Aaron Jones to me is definitely someone I can get on board with at this range. Man, they both went right before I took a guy. So that's a bummer. What to do now? What will we ever do? We should take a quarterback here. And I'm going to go with Cam Moore because I have Tony Pollard. So we can deal with that. Micknicks, I bet the Pats, Bills, and Dolphins think Woody Johnson is a great owner. Yeah. The Bills, or I'm sorry, the Dolphins, for sure. The Bills, the Patriots, they love that guy. Woody Johnson is very beloved in the AFC. In the AFC East, they love Woody Johnson over there. Oh my God. It's so stupid. They're just huge fans of him. Ninja Finessin, good to see you, man. How are you doing on this beautiful Friday? Patrick Mahomes and Malik Neighbors are not on the PUP list and are trending to play in Week 1. Well, Mahomes for sure I expect to be in Week 1. With Neighbors, still need to see how things play out in training camp. I'm not ready to jump completely on board with him. I've said it last 24 hours, I still want to see how things go. Just want to see how things go over the next, couple weeks in training camp. Good to see you, man. Definitely good news on Neighbors, though. Stryker said, agree with Ryan here. Not a knock on Burden as a talent. No, certainly not. Round 4 is pretty expensive for a guy in a crowded pass catching room with the production he posted as a rookie. That's exactly the issue. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, realistically, we'll see what happens with, with Rome. My stance on Rome has been firm all offseason long. I'll take the value. I like the player better. Not that I don't like Luther. I do. Certainly do. But, yeah. Why do I have the eerie feeling I'm not going to get Trey Tucker? I just have the eerie feeling he's going to get taken. It's very eerie, I can tell you that. I'm hopeful I get him, but I don't think I'm going to. Trey Tucker, make it back to me. It's an eerie feeling I can't shake. I got him back. How about that? I will be done with the receiver position. Because I only need 5 in this build. Gotta get some more tight ends, though. Coffeeholic, sounds good. How do I buy the sheet? Yeah, it's in the description. You can of the video, you can see what my Venmo is. It's Ryan RYAN /Podnar PODNAR. Just $12 to my Venmo, and after the stream, I'll give you I'll give you access to the sheet. Just put your email in the Venmo as well, so I know who to link the draft guide to. Ninja Finessin. Fernando Mendoza just got paid and will be starting for the Raiders sooner than later. Yeah, I think they're going to do their best as far as, how long can they, hold off. We'll go Brenton Strange. We do want to up our shares of Strange, so I still think they will do their best, but what I've said is I don't think that Cousins is good enough at this point in his career to make it through 6 games and then be better than 2-4. 2-4 maybe they would be through 6 weeks, but you look at their September schedule, they're going to have trouble winning 2 games. They have a really tough September schedule. Opens up after that, but yeah, I don't really see tons of good for Cousins this year for sure. It's just past his prime. Stryker, that I agree with. Raiders want Cousins to start all year. Good luck with that. We'll see Mendoza by November. Yeah, I mean, it really does depend on how bad they are, I think. Because if they're a complete disaster, which they very well could be, then they'll put him sooner than later. But if they're functional, then yeah, they'll ride Cousins as long as they can. Because they clearly want Mendoza to sit under Cousins for a while and just learn. So, yeah, I mean, it's very, very possible that does happen. Ninja Finesse said Cousins is dust. I mean, I certainly think so as well. But I will say this, Clint Kubiak knows Cousins, and Cousins knows Kubiak. So, they could be a decent pairing for a little bit this year. We'll see. Coffeeholic, at this point, who's the best owner? I skipped a couple chats. You said you'd take the long-term value. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if you've done it yet, but the Venmo's in the description of the video for you to buy the draft guide. So, and Stryker said, I would bet heavily against Neighbors playing week 1 or at all in September. I don't know if I'm there. Things just need to play out. We just need to see how things play out. That's where I stand on that. Good news on it yesterday, but, really what it comes down to is, does it happen? All right, Coffeeholic, I did just see your Venmo payment just go through, so we will be doing another Fast Puppy after this, thanks to Coffeeholic. So, how about that? Thought I was going to be Thought it was going to be done after this one, but that's not the case. That's not the case whatsoever. We're hopping into another one. Hopping into another fast puppy. Coffeeholic, you did say, at this point, who's the best owner in the AFC North? Probably the Ravens owner. Yeah, I would say Bisciotti, the Ravens owner, is probably the best. Certainly not Cleveland's owner, that's for sure. Certainly not him. Mike Brown's not great either. But Rooney, by default, gives it to Steve Bisciotti. No question to me. I'll go AJ, or not AJ Barner. I'm going to go Samson here. Hopefully Barner can make it back to me. That would be the ideal. Although, we could go Mendoza to stack with Trey Tucker. That I would not hate. I don't know. We'll see. We will see how things go. I'm gonna stick with AJ Barner. We'll either get Tua or one of the Cleveland quarterbacks to stack with KC in these last couple rounds. But we are at our quota on tight ends as well, so we are good on tight ends. McNix, okay, Ryan, let's be honest with each other. Did you pay Kylan to take Darnold for absolutely no reason? Yes, you caught me red-handed. Why? You caught me red-handed. I didn't think it would be traceable. I thought it was going to be untraceable. But clearly... Oh my gosh. Clearly, it was not an untraceable act. I need to get better at utilizing ghosts. Striker, Ryan hasn't sniped you in a while, so he hired a mercenary. Yes, I did. The jig is up. How did you know? Balajar, I think the Neighbors news is kind of nothing. Goes to show how reactive fantasy markets are to Neighbors news. It's not just Neighbors, though. It's also just the time of the year it is, July. Everyone's starving for it to be football season again. We're getting more casuals back in it, which changes things. Like, there's a couple different factors to it. I don't think it's just a Neighbors thing. But I would agree. I think it's, like, I mean, it's not nothing. Like, not being on the pup list is not nothing, but it doesn't tell the story of what's going to happen. So it just needs to be taken as it is, which is there's a lot of training camp left to play. Let's see how much he even participates before we start going crazy about him, right? Striker says, I agree with you completely, Balajar. Yep, exactly. Yep, Coffeeholic, I got it. I did get it. I did see it pop up. So we are in another fast puppy after this. I do need to take a bathroom break after this one, though. So, Striker, yeah, that's a really good point. During this time when we don't have any training camp or OTAs, every bit of news gets magnified. Exactly. And again, like anytime you get when we start getting the more casual players back in, that changes things a lot too. It changes things quite a bit because these people have been gone. They don't really know what's going on. They see a big name and they're like, oh my God, Malik Neighbors in the fourth. What is this? So that changes things for sure. Same thing's going to happen with a bunch of different guys. I mean, Josh Jacobs, that news was kind of big, so maybe he still gets faded, but I guess we'll go Tucker. And then We didn't get any Washington upside in the backfield, but I do want to go with either Kalon Black or Jordan James here. I think I might go Kalon Black, actually, with one of the last two picks, but we might get to a Shador here, so I think we'll actually probably prioritize one of them. I'd rather have Tua, probably. But for some reason, my gut is telling me to go with Cleveland here. Just get my exposure up on that a little bit. I'm going to go Shador. Stupid. Stupid, but we'll do it. We will do it. And then we will hopefully get Kalon Black back to us, because that's how I want to end this one. Anytime I get 6 or 7 backs, I like to prioritize one of those 49ers backs, because I'm not rooting for it, but CMC is definitely a huge concern for me. A huge concern. Brandon Dillard said, I just hope none of the rookies I want to draft take a kickoff to the house of the preseason. You never know. You never know. KC Conception could definitely do that. Balajire, you're not rooting for it, but your bankroll is. That's right. That's right. That is right. All right. Jaden Blue definitely starting to become a staple at the back of drafts for teams. I do find that interesting. Troy Franklin at the 17-11. Darnell Mooney. Keon Coleman starting to creep his way back into people's headspace as well. Keon Coleman getting some decent news. Darnell the Big Mount Washington to Hot Rod. He took Rodgers, so he went with the Big Mount as well. Let's see. We should be able to get one of these San Francisco backs. I like my chances of getting at least one of them back. Justice Hill, 1806. To Tika. George Holani. Jordan James goes. Hopefully Kalon Black is still there. Micknick's part of the Holani Hive, I see. Kalon Black. That's how we'll end it. All right. This was a good one, too. So I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick, and then we will hop into the Fast Puppy afterwards. So anyone who's new wants to hop in, there is a link in the chat to join Underdog. You can utilize my code FFR for $50 back when you play $5, and free copy of the draft guide, the best ball draft guide. So let me run to the bathroom, and then we will hop in to our final draft of the day. Be right back. All right. Let's get ready to do this, man. We're hopping into the Fast Puppy. $5 entry. This one's going to close here probably tonight. It's not making it past tonight, so last one of the day, going Fast Puppy. Start the countdown at 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd say it's time to hop into another Fast Puppy, the last one of the day, I might add. Waiting on 5 people in this Fast Puppy lobby, so let's get this one filled out. And let's do this, man. What do you say, guys? What do you say? Waiting on one more. All right, it's full. Coffeeholic gonna be going to Orlando this upcoming week, leaving tomorrow. So if I'm not as present in the streams next week, that's why. Gonna tune in when I can, though. It's a lot of fun talking ball. Well, of course, I love to have you, but also, if it's a vacation, enjoy a vacation, man. Go enjoy a vacation, so don't apologize for that. BDJ at the 101, Mick Nix at the 103, I'm at the 104, Hot Rod at the 105, Con Man at the 106. We got Dominica, I feel like I've seen before in here. Coffeeholic at the 109, Large Marge at the 111. So we've got a roundup draft, another one here. Let's do it. End off the day. Tim Johnson missed you, but I'm in with Cats. Striker caught the back end. Well, let me know how y'all's draft goes. Y'all will have to keep me posted. Balajire said, you're next to Mick Nix. You know what to do. Yes, I do. Mick Nix is in for a rough one on this one. He's in for a rough time. No question about it. Puka start. No issue with the Puka Nakua start. McNick said, why would you betray me like this, Balajire? He's rooting against you, man. He's rooting against you. Nothing too crazy about this this one so far. I would say it's looking about normal. Gibbs, Bijan, Jamar, Puka, JSN, that's a normal start. Amon Ra, 106. JT, McCaffrey, Cook, JJ, Genty at the 111. CD at the 112. Nothing too crazy about this start right here, I wouldn't say. We've seen a lot of Genty in the first round. Achan at 201. Interesting. Genty and Henry start. It's probably not too common. That is probably a more uncommon start right there. Hampton, Chase Brown after Saquon at the 203. So we're getting our normal run on the running backs here. London goes, Kenneth goes, A.J. Brown's still on the board. I have a feeling he's not going to be. He's not. I'll go Bowers start. I got no problem with the Bowers start right here with good old Puka. Wide receiver, tight end. I know I have that start somewhere. Wide receiver, tight end. Wide receiver, tight end, start. You've got to have something decent somewhere, right? Got to. I mean, there's nothing usually great with a wide receiver tight end start historically, but excuse me. Felt that one coming a mile away. This one's okay. We'll highlight it. This one is also okay. Either way, we're gonna go receiver here. Zay could have been in contention. I'm gonna go Devonta Smith just because I don't have much of Devonta Smith. I've got a lot more Egbuka. And Devonta Smith at the 304 is not bad. It's not a bad cost. There's been worse picks. Coffeeholic, let's go. I love my start. Was not expecting to get Hampton there. Yeah, Cook Hampton start at the 109 is great. You could build some pretty unique from here on out. Because the Cook Hampton start's not unique in its own right, but depending on what you do from here, could get unique. Points per reception, good to see you, man. How you doing? Dynasty rookie draft. I'm on the clock now at the 7 spot. Full PPR, Cooper Jr. or Boston. Long-term play here. Won't start at all this season. If it matters, I'm competing for the next 3 years. I mean, I liked the prospect of Boston better than Cooper, so I would personally go with Boston. But they're both in bad situations. They're both on bad teams. So you said that Conception's gone. I would probably go ahead and just take Boston. I was not a huge Cooper guy, and especially now that he's a Jet. Really what it comes down to, I kind of broke this down on my Dynasty channel. Cleveland and the Jets are both incompetent at developing quarterback. So it's really just it's a bad thing for both teams, but if I had to put more faith into one or the other, it's probably with the Browns. So I will go with Boston, begrudgingly. Balajire said, I think Devonta Smith is going at his ceiling. Hurts is not that guy. Plus, Wicks Hollywood probably going to get more work than people expect. Kind of feels similar to you. That's why I don't have much of Devonta Smith, but I do want to have some exposure to him, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, I agree for the most part. Wide receiver or running back here, that's what we'll do. I would say the receivers I probably like better. Not really, actually. I'm going to go ahead and take Swift at the 409. I don't know what McNix was planning on doing, but for some reason I have a feeling he's going to write in saying I sniped him. We're going to probably utilize this one right here. Not a good advance rate to the playoffs, but to the finals, it's got a very good advancement rate if you can get to the semis. So, we're going to be looking at running back again. Hopefully, Travion will be there. If he's not there, I'd take Judkins probably. I could probably talk myself into Tootin after hearing the politician himself speak about him. But hopefully, Travion is there, and I don't have to worry. I will go with Travion. You know, McNix, I don't think you've sniped me once. You're such a nice guy. I don't think you've sniped me not one time during a stream. And I have apparently sniped you over and over and over again. It's brutal, man. That is brutal. Okay, here we go. Off to the races. Pretty normal build. 2 quarterbacks, 7 running backs, 2 tight ends, and 7 receivers. Pretty standard stuff. Stryker said, couldn't disagree more on that. Think Devonta has 18 points per game potential, and Hollywood will see fewer than 30 targets all season. Wicks will play at the expense of Lemon, not Devonta. The Hollywood part, I do second, because I think Hollywood is less of a factor. I think Wicks is going to have a role, and if he does play the role I think he could, which would be like kind of a deep threat, I think that hurts Smith more than it hurts Lemon. Because Lemon, I think, is probably going to be more of like a slot guy, and I think Devonta Smith is a great deep ball player. So I think it actually could hurt Devonta a little bit more. I'm not saying it's going to like really hurt him. It's more of a Jalen Hurts thing for me. So that's my main beef with it, is it's more of a Jalen Hurts problem. But yeah, I don't really see Devonta Smith fulfilling like a late second, early third cost, but I do want to get more of him. I can tell you this, I'm not a big Mekhi Lemon guy when it comes to redraft leagues. Really, when it comes to 2026 entirely in fantasy football, regardless of the format you're playing in. I don't really like Mekhi Lemon as much for the reason of Jalen Hurts. Like, the one thing that I've talked about a lot, if you look at Mekhi Lemon's production in college, the majority of it was over the middle. I think like close to 90% was over the middle of the field. What's the one area of the field that Jalen Hurts struggles with the most? It's over the middle of the field. So I think it's going to be bumpy. Am I saying that he can't have good weeks? Of course not. The guy's too talented to be mute all season, but I do have concerns for sure. Abala Jair said, I also think Lemon will just straight up outperform fantasy-wise. Interesting. Yeah, I am not a huge Lemon guy, personally. This year, I love Lemon the prospect. I love the player. Wanted him in Pittsburgh, but we won't talk about that. No, I think he's a really good player. I don't love the fit right away, and I think there will be struggles early on. Doesn't mean they can't get it ironed out, but I do think there will be struggles early on. It's probably not smart, but I kind of want to take my chances and just see if I can get Caleb or Jalen back. It's probably not smart, but I'm going to do it because I want to take huge here. So that'll be my insurance policy. If I don't get either Hurts or Caleb back, I'll just go ahead and take Herbert early. So we'll see what happens here. McNix went ahead and grabbed Jaden instead of Joe Burrow. That's interesting. That's very fascinating because Burrow was available there for the Jamar stack. Maybe he's planning on getting Burrow here in the 7th. McNix said, I'm just waiting till the very last draft we do together. Then I'm going to take Woody Marks, Trey Tucker in rounds 1 and 2. I wouldn't put it past you, that's for sure. Tim Johnson said, love Devonta this year. I don't, personally. I do not personally love Devonta Smith, but I don't have much Jalen Hurts, so we're going to do it in the 7th round. I'm okay with that. I'd still rather have other guys above him, but we're doing it. Striker, I am fading Lemon in redraft as well this year. You misread Balajar's comment. He said underperform, not outperform. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I did misread that. Yeah, I think I'm fading him as well. I think that I love it's unfortunate because I really like the player. Like, I think he's a really good player. But just look at the production in college and look at where Jalen Hurts struggles. And it lines up exactly. So I think it's going to be bumpy. It's not to say they can't fix it. at some point, but I think it'll be bumpy. Striker, he is with us on Team Fade Lemon for 2026. Yeah. McNick said, reading my mind now, kooky. What? What? Oh, McNix. You're just a hell of a guy, man. You're a joker. A straight up joker. I love you, man. It's great. It's a great dynamic in the chat. I'll tell you that. What are we at on the stream? Oh, yeah, we're 2 hours in. Yeah, 2 hours in, man. If you haven't already, all I ask is just please go down there, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. It's a good Friday night draft, man. It's a good old-fashioned Friday night draft night. McNick said, when you said I was pushing Burrow around the corner to try to get both, you were exactly right. Interesting. Yeah, Burrow in the 7th. Hard to pass that up when you got Jamar Chase, man. Very hard. Chuba falling, man, I can't pass that up. I got to go Chuba here. My gosh. I mean, Chuba fell to the back of the 8th round. I'm going to take that all day long. He's getting close, man. He's getting close to being with Jonathon Brooks. He's getting very, very close to being in that same range. So I'm good with that. I am good with that. Chuck Nasty said Goddard is probably the dude to have in Philly. Yeah, I've heard some pockets of the fantasy space in on Goddard. I am ambivalent about it. On one hand, I do see a lot of opportunity with him, and he has performed well. Like, last year was a good year for him. On the other hand, oft-injured guy in his 30s now. Not wild on Hurts again. So how likely is he to repeat it? You know what? I'm going to do something dumb, and I'm just going to take Brooks here too. This could backfire in a big way, but I don't have much Brooks, and I do want to make sure I expose myself to him a little bit with the news that we've heard. Could really backfire on me, but that's a very off-brand move to take Brooks there. I've taken very little Brooks this whole offseason, which makes me want to expose myself a little bit more to Jonathon Brooks. But yeah, Goddard, I'm ambivalent on it, man. His price, if his price was higher, I'd be out, but his price is at a point where it's like, yeah, it's not a bad pick. I'd say I'm more lukewarm on him, though. Like, I'm not, like, out. I'm not really in. Balajar, Jonathon Brooks, next thing you know, he's fading Woody Marks. Yeah, that'll never happen. You can count on that. Brandon Lillard said, Jonathon Brooks is my favorite pick right now at ADP. I definitely don't feel the same way. I feel very uncomfortable taking him here. I've hated his ADP all offseason, and I'm starting to hate it even more. But I do want some exposure to him, so hopefully it won't bite me. Because really, like, the reason I say it could bite me is not even just because I think Jonathon Brooks is an iffy player. It's also because I think Carolina could take a major step back this year. I think they could be a bad team this year. And if that's the case, having one of these running backs is probably not the best move, but having both of them, that'd be detrimental to this team. So hopefully they're not bad this year, and one of them can come through. Stryker said his ADP was fine when he was going in the 120s. I didn't even like it then. I didn't even like it then. When you got Woody Marks a couple rounds later, yeah, I'll take other guys. Stafford went, so that's off the board. Out of the question. We'll go ahead and take Bill here. I should go with a quarterback, honestly, because I don't really trust having Hurts, to be honest. So either Goff, Love, or Shuck will be my next pick. Excuse me. Balajair said, I just think even if Brooks overtakes Chuba and the upside case hits, this offense is going to be ass and the schedule is hard. He's like the RB30 at best. That's my concern, is they definitely have a chance to take a huge step back. They won a lot of close games. I think they won like 7 of their 8 games, I think, was in one score wins. That number, if you look at it historically, that is a very, very not sticky number. Like, that doesn't happen 2 years straight. I'm going to take Shuck. I want more exposure to him. We got our 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, that number, if you have a season where, like, let's say a team wins 10 games and 7 out of their 10 wins are one-score games, that number typically goes the other direction next year. So that number for Carolina is terrifying. Terrifying. So yeah, Carolina, they are I don't know. They're freaky this year. They are very freaky. McNick said Carolina won 8 games, 6 of those by exactly 3 points. There you go. There you go. McNick's is on the case, man. You can always count on McNick's to be on the case. Stryker said, Ryan reading your mind again. I'm living in his head rent-free. No, just joking. Just joking. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a very, historically, that number is very, very fickle. So you've got to be aware of that if you're drafting Panthers. It could really go bad for them this year. Like, they could be one of the bottom teams in the NFL. Could very well happen. And honestly, like, the way things have started at camp with their injuries on the defensive side of the ball, because J.C. Horn, their star corner, lockdown corner, he's not even practicing right now. He's on the NFI list. They've had a bad start to the camp, and that number is terrifying. So, yeah, Carolina, they got a little bad mojo to their names right now, for sure. I need more receivers, no question about it. We are not super cozy with Puka, Devonta, and QJ. Brandon Lillard said, I picked up Rico last year, so I'm biased. No, I get that. Yeah, I mean, totally get it. I also drafted Chuba everywhere in 2024, so I'm a little biased against Jonathon Brooks. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that Carolina could be bad this year. I will say this, though. Carolina was bad in 2024 when Chuba was awesome. So it doesn't mean that they can't have relevant running backs. Because Chuba in 2024 when Carolina was bad was the RB15. And he was higher than that in points per game. Trey Tucker went. Damn. Coffeeholic. You know what my flavor is, man. Bummer. Damn it. I mean, I don't like the receivers in this range. I'm going to go with likely. Woody Marks must have went. Yeah, he did. He won at the 1207. Mo Metcalf, what's going on? Good to see you. Do you do best ball player rankings, or is your rankings based off draft strategy? No, I do best ball rankings. Yeah, I have best ball rankings as well. I surely do have best ball rankings. Trust me. I got rankings for a lot of things. I got pizza rankings. I got burger rankings, dessert rankings, and best ball rankings. It's good to see you in here, Mo. I mean, if Hunter is there, I guess I could take him, but honestly, Denzel Boston, I've been trying to make more rounds of him because there is good stuff on him. I'm going to go with Boston here. It could be a huge mistake, but I have been liking what we've been hearing about that. Conman said Trey Harris snipe insane. Yeah, brutal, man. Brutal. Conman, you've sniped me a couple times today. You got Woody. You got, no, that was the only one, really. Yeah, I guess that was the only one. Oh, Stafford. Yeah, Stafford. I wanted Stafford, too. It happens to the best of us, right? Happens to the best of us. Travis Hunter gone. This is typically, I was going to say Coleman, Charbonnet range. Bryce goes. Coker. And Bryce is, no, that's the second quarterback. I was going to say that looked like his first quarterback there for a second. If Sharp is there, I'll take him. Been taking him quite a bit. Sharp is gone. Hot Rod with the snipe. We will just take Debo. And yeah, we got 2 tight ends. I don't even remember taking Likely. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, Likely fell quite a bit, so I do remember taking him now. Yeah, so we got our 2 quarterbacks and our 2 tight ends. Now we just need 2 more of each running back and receiver. Antonio Williams has definitely risen up my personal rankings. Did you? Oh, this is a good one. In other news, Brandon Ayuk apparently, unless I got fake newsed, Brandon Ayuk apparently bought property in the Washington area. So apparently he's expected to play there. Dude, I've seen the theory floated, I will say this, that him and Jaden are just trolling everybody. I have seen that theory, which I do find interesting and definitely possible. I do find that information definitely possible. I'm going to go Wicks here. Makes sense with my Philly stack. Yeah, I did see that, and I was like, man, that is very, very strange, to say the least. But I have seen the theory that Jaden Daniels and him are just trolling everybody. So, definitely possible. Definitely possible. Although I don't know how that helps Ayuk. Because Ayuk, at this point, is just making such a jerk of himself that it's like, His trade value is completely gone, and San Francisco doesn't really have to cut him right now. Like, they're going to eventually, but they're not going to do him any favors by cutting him. Striker said, I hope it's true because the alternative is Ayuk lost his mind. Yeah. There's only two options, and either one of them's possible, right? Abolishire said, yeah, maybe this is all hazing from Jaden Daniels before he signs. I'm overweight Ayuk. No, I mean, I have heard that theory floated. That they're played college ball together. Maybe they're really good friends still, and they're just trolling everybody. Very, very possible. Very, very possible. I would not rule it out. I don't rule out a lot of things in life. There's a lot of possibilities. The Muth is starting to go pretty consistently in like the 16th, 17th round. For a while there, he was like borderline undrafted. He's starting to go more often. S Garage, dang, lots of drafts tonight. We were trying to make some time for you, man. No, I was planning to be done before we started this one, but plans did change. I do need some sort of New Orleans upside with Tyler Shuck, so I'll probably save my last receiver pick for that. Running back. What can you do other than take Emmett Johnson, who I don't have much of, so I'm okay with it. Mel Bailey, man, good to see you. It feels like it's been a while. You never know. You never know indeed with anything. But I do know this. I know it's great to see you in here. Striker, I have done so many drafts today, and I'm going to do even more. This will be it for me. This will be it. This is it right here. But I hope your journey drafting continues to be great today. Coffeeholic, people starting to see the value in the Muth this year. Love to see it. He's a nice receiving option. Wouldn't say we are known for our tight ends. Not since Heath Miller. That's for sure. I mean, the Muth is fine. He's an okay player. He has good moments, but he's been really tossed aside in the offense over the years. So, just been the case. We'll go ahead and take Kalen Black again. I still have no idea if it's going to be Jordan James or him, but I do know that I have more shares of Jordan James by a lot, so we're going to continue to even that one out. 3S Garage, Frenchie 9 finished, and the Frenchie 10 immediately dropped. No kidding. I'm kind of curious now. Let's see. Oh, yeah, take a look at that. $40 entry. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Fast Puppy is going to be done by tonight, I would bet. I would bet it is going to be wrapped up by tonight. So, again, guys, if you're new and you haven't done it yet, it's just a $5 entry. It's super cheap. And it's a $200K prize if you win first place. So, not bad chunk of change there for $5. So, there is a link in the chat still for you to sign up. And as long as you use code FFR at sign up, they'll give you $50 back when you play just 5, and then I will also throw you this best ball draft guide for free when you do sign up. Coffeeholic Smith and Jonnu must be investigated for inter-team relations. I think they have been under investigation for years now. That's why Arthur Smith ran off to college. I think that's the reason why he's at Ohio State now. They tried to see if Jonnu Smith could get some years of eligibility back in college too, but it didn't work out. Stryker said, hopefully we get another cheap contest early next week to draft together. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, usually there's another puppy that'll draft, I would imagine. Like come August, I'm sure they'll drop another puppy. Maybe two, but I'm sure something will come up. Underdog's usually pretty good, especially as the season heats up. They'll start dropping more and more stuff, I would bet. Coffeeholic said Jonnu will be joining Ohio State soon. I think he got his eligibility sent for review, and it was denied. It feels like a Bryce Lance type of night, not a Devon Vele night. So that's exactly how we will end this beautiful draft night. And it has been a great time. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. Just like the video, subscribe on the way out if you haven't already. And yeah, tomorrow we'll be back in full force as well. We'll do another round of drafts tomorrow. We'll do another sleeper draft tomorrow as well. So just make sure to stay tuned. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.